This segment is brought to you by Royal Quartz, where nature and technology fuse, timeless elegance and beauty emerge.
Janet, thank you so much for joining us on Living Your Best Life.
It's a pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.
So Hero 777, there's always a story behind it. Let's start from the beginning.
Well, from the very beginning, it's Matthew's story, the story of his life, because when he was born at 37 weeks of age, he went blue very quickly after birth. The doctors said to us, look, there is something wrong with him. We don't think he's going to make the night. And by the very next morning, he was airlifted to Johannesburg, and at 36 hours of age, he had his first open heart surgery. He'd been diagnosed with tetralogy of Fallot and pulmonary, and in his case, it was basically that he had a 3-chamber heart, and he had no pulmonary artery that linked the heart to the lungs. The first week he was in and out of theatre because they hadn't closed his chest, so the very first time we saw him, his chest was open with just a gauze over it, and you could see his little heart pumping there, and it was just so incredibly sad to see, and very scary.
So how old was he when you found out that he needed a transplant?
So at 13, they put him on the transplant waiting list and on permanent oxygen. So at home, we had the large oxygen machine, and he had a small portable oxygen machine, which he carried around with him. And he went to school with it and tried to be as involved in school life as possible. We were very fortunate that the school he went to, a government school here in Hillcrest, brought all of his classes down to the bottom floor, so he didn't have to worry about the steps, and they were incredibly supportive of him.
Matthew, let's talk about your childhood for a bit.
It was very difficult, very different to normal childhood. I wish I could have done more things like normal children, but I wasn't able to. But I did experience different things. We moved around a lot for my health reasons and for my dad's work, and we lived in some amazing places.
Were you able to play on the playground with your friends?
Yes, I was, to a certain extent. I did as much as I could, but I usually got very tired. Always knew everyone was a bit more worried about me, and I always knew I couldn't keep up with them, or I was always tired more than them, and so I learned that I was different very quickly.
You couldn't do many things that other kids could do, so what did you do to keep yourself occupied?
I did a lot of art. I enjoyed my art. Tried to do things, I tried to play a little bit of sports, which I couldn't do, but I tried. I did mostly more cultural things. I enjoyed that, but I loved usually walking, going out in the bush when we could, or just exploring with my parents, different places, so I enjoyed that.
Can I take you back to the day when your mom got the phone call that there could possibly be a donor for you?
Yeah.
What was that like for you?
You think someone had to die, unfortunately, to save me, which is a very hard thing to think about, but you know that they've moved on and they're in a better place, but that they're able to help you, which leaves them a legacy behind. I'm grateful for their family who donated their loved ones' organs, and now I get to be here, alive and strong.
So you wake up, you're fine. Let's talk about those emotions.
It was amazing to be able to breathe. They choked and said my first breaths were over a litre, which is unheard of. Especially like for top athletes, they don't even breathe like that. So it was amazing to be able to breathe normally and feel like your chest isn't strangling you. Having more oxygen now, my eyesight's got better. I can actually see different shades of colour now. I could only see varied shades, but now I can see all, which is amazing. And my height, I've grown a lot faster. Yeah, it's been quite amazing to be able to feel normal.
So without this organ donation or donor, today we could not be sitting here, or may not have had the opportunity to tell your story.
Yes, yeah, it's very surreal still for me, even a year and a half down the line. But it's amazing.
Now that you've got a second chance in life, what are your plans?
Well, I've always enjoyed my arts and doing different things, but I enjoyed photography when I was in high school, and I got into that and now I'm doing it as a profession. So I enjoy my photography. I've got a studio, which I enjoy, and hopefully eventually I want to get into more outdoor things, wildlife. That's my big passion. And maybe do corporate stuff as well, but mostly I would love to be in the bush 24/7 rather than in the city. I'm more happier outdoors, so that's the plan for the future.
In 2017, we formalised the whole Hero 777 thing, which is basically if 7 people register and then tell their friends and get their friends to register, each of them doing it, and then that happens 7 times, we can reach 850,000 people. And Matthew just wanted us to make a difference, and we did as well, so that's why we've carried on.
Okay, let's talk about Hero 777. I think your mom's explained a little bit about how it started, but let's talk about your involvement and what are your plans or hopes with this organisation?
Well, we hope to help register more people, so more people get the opportunity like me to have a second chance at life. There's a few things we want to bring over from the States. One of them's a machine called a heart in the box. It's a very expensive machine. It helps the heart stay alive. So they'll put it in this machine and they start the heart up. They pump warm blood, which gives it nutrients. So from being 6 hours out the body, it can go up to 12 to 15 hours out the body, which gives them more time to match the blood and everything to get the perfect match, so there's less chance of rejection. So one of my goals is to bring one of those to South Africa and hopefully help people.
I think there's a lot of people that are scared to donate their organs. You know, what can you say to them?
Well, they must think about it, maybe do a bit of research, and maybe look at our page, Hero 777, on Facebook, and it explores some of the myths and reasons why actually you shouldn't be scared. It's an amazing thing you can do to help someone you don't know have a better life and a second chance.
But what happens to someone like me if I decide that I'd like to donate my organs, but I'm unconscious, I'm either on a ventilator or...
Well, hopefully your next of kin will be contacted, your husband or your parents would be contacted, and they will make the final decision. So the main thing is you have to make sure that they know your wishes. Because if they don't know your wishes, it won't happen, unfortunately.
Royal Quartz products are engineered to produce exceptionally high-quality surfaces, which combine superior aesthetics and unsurpassed strength. Virtually maintenance-free makes them the practical choice for commercial and residential interior applications.